So, welcome back to our third episode of Blackdad and Phil Daughter. Well, we got a special guest today. We got who?
PhilMom.
Yep, that's PhilMom. So, if you don't know by the name, PhilMom is the Filipino mom of Natalie. Our normal host for the last many years. So, in this episode, we're going to talk about what show? From
My favorite show.
Your favorite show. Tell the audience why you like From.
I like the story.
Yeah, what do you
Yeah.
like about it?
The mystery.
We're going to be talking about the theories. So right here I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 theories that are popular about From. And the new season's coming up in a few monps. So we're going to be talking about it. Yeah, you're excited?
Yeah.
We're going to talk about this, and then we're going to see at the end, we're going to pick one theory that we think is the most truthful, most likely to be true. Okay? Theory number 1. Can't say my words right. Oof. Crazy. Theory.
Our special guest, his name is Minjun, my baby puppy.
And his favorite show is what? From as well. Little puppy. Okay, so he's going to help us pick a theory as well. Little Minjun. Now, first theory is the town is a government experiment. So the idea of this theory is that the whole town is controlled by experiment residents or test subjects. People arrive after traumatic events and they're chosen. The road loops back and possibly like a technology type kind of control it, right? Mm-hmm. And the monsters are designed to control behavior, right? Mm-hmm. I've seen a few horror movies like about that. Now, what do you think about that? Do you think it's a government experiment?
It could be, because it's crazy,
It is hard to get out. Do you remember like the little monsters like talking to people and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Those guys could be working for the government.
Yeah.
They seem to know an awful lot about Boyd and all the other people there, huh? What else? Why do you think, if it's a government experiment, who do you think is running it? And don't get too political. So no Trump talk. I mean, we can.
I don't know.
Do you think it's like the U.S. government, or would you think it would be some kind of like special operation inside of it?
It could both.
So one thing about real world history, did you know that the U.S. government used to do experiments on people and try to do mind control? Yeah, that's a real thing in the U.S. government. It's been proven by facts, right? Look it up. So it sounds so crazy in a fictional world that the U.S. government could try to do some kind of mind control, monster type of, what is science, but something that we just don't really understand. Mm-hmm. So they could be doing some kind of like biological stuff to the actual From people and making them turn into these little monsters. Or, I don't know. For example, do you think maybe the government discovered who these monsters were and then they made an experiment out of them? Do you think it's more likely that they actually like created them?
I think it's more likely that
they created them.
Or I don't know.
So I think, in my idea, if it was a government experiment, it would be more natural. It would be like the monsters existed and they got riled up by the U.S. government. Not any government, right? But it seems like everybody's from the U.S. It's almost like the U.S. government. They did some kind of experiment on them. Do you remember that movie we watched a few months ago called The Gorge? I'll remind you about it. So it had Miles Teller, one of my favorite actors, and it had Anya Taylor-Joy. Remember, they were two really attractive people, and one was Russian and one was American, and the guy like got on the little zip line and zip line to the girl, and the monsters were like below.
Yeah.
You remember that movie?
Yeah, I remember.
That was a government experiment. It's kind of similar to that, but it wasn't like they made those monsters. Those monsters were already in there, but they sealed it off. Can you think of a movie that has more of a man-made science experiment? I mean, I would have to think. What kind of movie had that kind of thing on it? Where it's like more man-made?
Mm. We watch a lot of movies, but I cannot name them.
Yeah. It's usually my job in a relationship. Yeah. But that's fine.
I was just watching.
PhilMom, she's very adjustable with the movies. I don't have a name idea on top of my head, but I think, like I said, that's a good example of a natural government experiment. Let's do theory 2. Everyone's already dead. They're in purgatory. So the talking points about that one is the monsters are a form of afterlife test. So it's more supernatural. Clues: unnatural, dreamlike reality. People often show up after car accidents and near-death experience, and the characters go through emotional tests like spiritual type of stuff. If this is purgatory, now what do you think about that one? Do you think that's a possibility? I think that theory is one of the most obvious theories. I mean, there was this TV show back in 2004. I mean, you could fact check to see it. It was called Lost.
Yeah.
It was a great show.
There's a theory that I was thinking like when Julie lost and Boyd went to the what is that the place that a lot of rock.
Yeah.
It just like I feel like they have something in their past that they need to fix it because it's like they their thoughts. It's a lot of like coming back in their mind. When they imagine something. I feel like something that's they have something in their past that they need to resolve or fix it. That's why that happening.
Now, I do have a hole in your theory.
Yeah.
If that's true, then why do they have little kids in there? And that little kid's going through trauma. He seems to be important to the story, right? Because he works with the other character. What's his name? The old guy that's been there forever.
I don't know. I forgot.
Oh, we gotta do better next time. We gotta remember all the characters' names. We're gonna tighten up with our from stuff. We kind of like did this like a last minute film. So in the future, for the audience, we are gonna break down individual episodes. So we'll remember all of our people. But yeah, he seems like he's important to the story. Yeah, he's just a little kid, and
It's very important because like he can still remembers things, like in the past, especially when he was kid. Yeah, he remember a lot.
younger kid. Yeah, yeah. Okay, so while she's looking that up, we're gonna. I'll keep talking about the theory. Now, if this is purgatory, what would they being judged on? And she already talked about that. I think if they're being judged, it's like a very fair situation. Yeah, Victor has his name. Victor.
Yeah.
Now, Victor and the boy, they end up working together. And
Mhm.
that boy's too young to be having to work through anything. Would escaping mean moving on to the afterlife? What do you think? So you think when the mom and dad died, are they like moving on, or are they coming back to life? Remember, the main family, the
Yeah,
one
the wife
when
and
the wife came back, she
Mhm.
came back to the real world
Yeah,
when she woke up.
yeah.
So I thought there's a lot of
That's why they know. That's why she knows that there's a way. What
yeah. So I think if it is a purgatory theory, it'd be more like they're gonna come back to the real world if they survive, but they die for real,
Yeah.
like in Harry Potter. That's what happened in Harry Potter. Harry Potter got his little cadabra, and then Voldemort, not Voldemort, Dumbledore said you can either come back to the real world or you can move into the afterlife, right? So that type of situation, but much longer and a lot scarier. I'm trying to equate a lot of this stuff to movies that I've already seen. A lot of stories are just the same stories told in different ways. This is the third theory, okay? The creatures are former residents, one of my favorite. The monsters are used to be people who live in the town and they're transformed. You see them with like their old clothing and stuff. I really have a lot of solidity on that one. Some act strangely human. They sometimes speak in familiar terms, possibly punish them for breaking the rules. And then, so if they are former residents, does that mean anyone in the town could turn into one? And why haven't we seen anybody turn into one? They were like eventually Boyd is going to be. That was the first theory I ever had was that
Boyd gonna be
that
one of them?
yeah at the end I think people are gonna get turned into the monster. I think one day we're gonna see Boyd's wife, and she's gonna be a monster. And I don't know what's gonna unlock it, but it's gonna happen. Because remember, they always have these cycles.
So is this like this is the last season?
No, it's not.
More?
More. They haven't announced the last season yet, to my awareness. We'll find out if they when they announce the last season.
To me, you know what? It's a good idea. So I don't know.
You like that theory?
Yeah.
Which one's your favorite so far?
I think that Boyd is gonna be one of them because you know what I was thinking
Yeah.
when they remember when they trying to save the cow and then they already inside.
Yeah.
Boyd and the other girl is there.
Yeah.
They didn't touch Boyd. Only the Asian girl.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do. We got two more remaining.
Mm.
The symbols are the key. So all those real symbols, all the times they draw on the symbols. So the idea is the strange elements and markings could be part of a bigger code. The talismans keep monsters away. The carvings are Pacific tolerance, almost like a map. So, what do you think about that? Do you think someone's already knows the code and just isn't telling?
I don't think so.
You know that there's a spy that's inside their town
That it's
that's working with the
already.
monsters. They've already converted somebody to do that already. They converted multiple people to do that.
It's true.
So there could be
It
people in
could
there.
be, yeah.
I think PhilMom doesn't like this theory a lot, though. The symbols are the key to the victory.
I don't know because it's hard to tell.
What would happen if? What do you think would happen if they destroyed the talisman? Do you think? Do you think the whole town will be vulnerable? Like, would it lose its power?
I don't know.
Yeah, it could be. I think the talismans are really important. Obviously, Boyd found them and everything like that. So that's quite crazy. They were just surviving in holes until then,
Yeah.
and now they're Victor completely survived somehow. Or maybe Victor is actually the person the whole time. I think that'd be really bad writing if he was a spy.
It is.
Because people love Victor. He's one of the best characters.
Yeah, I love Victor.
Yeah. In the beginning, you thought he was weird. He's growing on you. Yeah.
You know what I was thinking? What if it's Boyd? Gonna be one of them.
A spy?
Yeah.
But would that be good writing to have a main character be a villain?
That's true.
They could do that. But usually shows don't. Shows usually set up things differently like that. I haven't really seen a show where the main character is. He could be a villain, but he's not knowingly doing it. And time again, he's done things to hurt himself to help others. Yeah. I mean, the man killed his own wife.
I know.
We got one final theory, and then we're going to pick our favorite one.
Yeah.
You ready?
Ready.
Okay, last one. Time loop ultimate dimensions. The town is repeating events and stuck in a different reality. The visions are like deja vu moments, right? We've seen those. People's backstories are hints that they may have been here before. That one could probably have the most, to me, have the most viability. Yeah. Because what's his name's wife was married to Crazy Boy. I don't remember all the names. In the past, and then he died the last episode, which was freaking crazy. He's trying to save Julie, and you see Julie come back in the past. Like, I think that one has a lot of validity right now. So
his name is Jade.
Yeah, Jade, and what's his name? His wife was getting it on, which is crazy. But good thing he died right after, so he didn't have to deal with the trauma of that.
Did he die?
Yeah, he died right there. Remember? He was trying to save Julie.
Oh yeah.
And then Julie's like, Dad! And it was a crazy ending. And she came out with that different hair.
Did he come back?
Huh? Tabitha's married to Jade. Yeah. Don't worry, like I said, in episode, hey Phil daughter, do you want to come give us a cameo? She's coming by. Start the show. Hey, just saying hi. Okay. Yeah, so I think this one has a lot of teeth. Okay.
Like that, yes.
Okay. So it sounds like let's go back through it again. We're gonna do 1 through 5. And go. For her, 2 for me, and 1 for her. The residents are former creatures. 1, 2, 3. 3. Is that 3?
Mm-hmm.
And the symbols are the key to the town. 1, 2, 3. What you got? 3 also. As we get on, we get deeper. And then the last one, the time loop or the ultimate dimension. 1, 2, 3. What you got?
4.
I got 5. Sounds like 3, 5 is the winner.
Yeah.
So I think last season really solidified that. But there's a lot of theories. There's probably like 100 theories out there. Yeah. Like I said, if it's theory number 2, that's lame. Lame writing. Yeah. Like, you can't do everyone's good. We've already tried that a million times. You can do it, but not in this type of story. It has to be a different way. In my opinion. I don't know. Just a little writer. Yeah. But that is our episode. This is our first time with our special guest, the creator of Phil Daughter, the greatest daughter ever. Right? And the creator of our marriage, Cynthia, right here. That's her real name. But she's PhilMom. Yeah. If you guys like this video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, obviously, and give us some ideas for the future. But we're gonna do some breakdowns. Did you enjoy this?
Yeah, I do. Yeah. Thank you for inviting me.
Of course, you're a good friend. Okay. Thank y'all. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.